Goodbye and good riddance 2020. What an awful year. But now the real work begins. We've had the COVID snacks, we've avoided the gym workouts, but now we got to look in the mirror and we got to get back in action. Tune in today, and so you can build your very own iron-clad, fail-proof, booty-shaping, flab-eliminating New Year's action plan. It's the Fitness Avengers show, final show of the year. Hit it. Yeah. Welcome to a fresh new episode of the Fitness Avengers, where we fight fat, frustration, and fitness fakes. I'm your host, master trainer and author, Tony Arreola from TotalBodyProject.com, and I'm on a personal mission to simplify fitness for you. Coming at you every Monday night at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on Facebook Live. Woo! Are you excited? I mean, this is the most excited I've been for a new year in probably like 20 years. This year it's been rough, right? Wouldn't you guys agree? It's just been like a year where you're just, I mean, I was supposed to get married this year. I was supposed to raise an Iron Man. You know, my friends in the fitness industry just got hammered. I got, clients that got sick. It's just been a terrible year. We've not been outside. We're wearing masks. I don't have so many masks. I think I have more masks than underwear now. It's just been a rough year. So if you're tuning in live, hi Diana, make sure you guys comment and say hello, because this has been the slowest, fastest year of my life. And I can't wait for this year to be over. I know we still got some ways to go as we head into 2021. I think the first kind of 10 weeks, first quarter of the year, going to be a little bit rough, but then things look good. Hopefully I'll be able to get married. I'll be able to hug my clients, and I'll be able to do a lot of the things that we missed this year. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. Appreciate you. Now that we're looking at 2021, whatever happened this year happened. Like maybe you fell behind, maybe it didn't work out, maybe you just kind of went crazy with the COVID snacks, maybe you went hoarding a little bit too much, and you got all these cookies, and of course you just can't throw cookies away. You gotta eat the cookies. But now we got to figure out, like, how do we come back? How do we get out of this thing? So today I'm going to help you show you how to build your own action plan. I'm going to teach you the nutrition kind of principles you need to get, what exercises you need to do, equipment that you may need, and failures to avoid. Our Ask the Trainer segment is, how fast can I lose the weight? And I know everybody asks me this a lot, so I'm going to try to give you some realistic expectations as far as like how fast you can lose the weight, because it is going to take some time. I wish it could be super fast, but it will take some time. We'll have my yearly real recap, which is my first pandemic, and I think I did pretty good. I don't know, I don't want to look in the mirror, because what about if things don't kind of look right? But 2021's we're gonna hit it back. We're gonna hit it back hard. I'd like to thank today's sponsor, GetMeSkinny, which is very popular in the beginning of the year. So if you're thinking about losing weight, jumping on that fat loss train, make sure you get a copy of GetMeSkinny. So let's look. As you're thinking about 2021 and getting started with your fitness goals, or maybe you're already working out and just really want to kind of amp it up and get more results and more out of your workouts, out of the body that you have, out of everything, sleep better, drink more water, just be happier and have just a better year. You really want to start by creating a realistic plan. Think about what you're going to do and what you're going to tackle. People call these SMART goals, which are, specific, measurable, actionable, realistic, and timely. And these are kind of a good parameters for you to start thinking about what you want to accomplish. Whether it be, we'll use fitness, whether it be you want to hike more, you want to get out there and do a set amount of mileage per week, you want to run, maybe you want to lose a couple pounds, maybe you want to read more books, maybe you want to sleep better, maybe you want to take a speed reading course, whatever the case may be. You want to start identifying all these goals and write these things down, because goals that are not written down are just become wishes. And you want to think about the reason that writing these goals down is so powerful is because you create it three times. You create it in your mind, you create it with your hand, and then when you're reading it, you see it back. So it's three different ways that your brain is getting this information. And it's really programming it into your subconscious so you can really have a chance to execute. And for myself, this is a big part of where I am, what I've been able to accomplish the things in my life is because I've written these goals down, whether it be, to do my first Ironman, write my first book, launch a company. These things were always written down so I can see them and I can look back and think about the progress that we made because it's going to be a difficult journey. And no matter how big or difficult your journey, it is possible as long as you know and you believe in your heart that it's possible. But you have to have a plan. You have to write these goals down, and you have to commit to doing the work. Once you do all these different things, then the world can really open up for you. So I challenge yourself. And when you're writing these goals down, write down big goals that inspire you, not goals that are just kind of like I want to lose 1 or 2 pounds. Like those are like Mickey Mouse. Go for something big, something that gets you up in the morning and you're just like, like, damn, I'll do it. This is exciting because the bigger the goal, the more you can get excited, the more likely you are to go and get after it. And it's just awesome. And once you establish these goals, know that there's gonna be some failure. There's gonna be times where this becomes difficult. Failure is a prerequisite for success. So you have to know that as you start going through these things, you're gonna fall. You're gonna fall. You're gonna face obstacles and things that are gonna get hard. Whether it's say like it's an Ironman, you want to swim. It's gonna be cold. Water's cold. It's scary sometimes. You- Um, all these different goals. Sometimes you don't want to get up early in the morning. All these different goals are gonna have different things, or maybe you're not coming up with the right ideas for your business or things that you may need. All that stuff is going to be uncomfortable. And once it becomes uncomfortable, then you really want to sit in that pain point, embrace how uncomfortable it is, and keep moving forward because it's impossible to stop somebody who keeps moving forward. Now if you quit, then you lose out on a lot of your goals. And at the end of your lifetime, you're going to be more regretful over the things that you didn't go for versus the things that you tried and failed at. So I challenge you to set big goals. Know that failure is going to happen. Failure is going to come knock in the face and really test you if you want to accomplish these goals. And when it comes, please be kind to yourself because anybody that's accomplishing things that are good and worthwhile is going to experience a lot of failure, and it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be painful, but be kind to yourself. Make sure that self talk is somebody that's really supportive, that believes in you. Because as soon as you believe in yourself and in your goals, you can really accomplish anything. So now that we're talking about your goals and what you want to accomplish, think about your MAD plan, which is motivation, accountability, and discipline. Now, motivation comes down to your bigger burn of why do you want to accomplish this gigantic goal. So let's say for weight loss. For me, my bigger burn was, I wanted to kind of feel a lot of pain and really get my life back together after my brother had passed away on Christmas. So I decided to go for the biggest thing that I can find, which was an Ironman triathlon. And that would require a tremendous amount of dedication, a tremendous amount of pain. But that was my way of fighting fire with fire. And once I crossed that finish line, and once I got, they told me I was an Ironman. It felt good. It felt like that chapter in my life, like I was at peace with all that rage that was inside. But with me having such a big, powerful, bigger burn, I knew that nothing was going to stop me. I knew that not knowing how to swim or not having ran more than 3 miles, all that stuff was not going to stop me. I was going to go after my goals 100%. So when you're thinking about your bigger burn and why you want to accomplish this, you need to have such a big reason that you're just not motivated, but you're driven, and you're driven to succeed. Whether it be to, maybe somebody said something in the office, maybe somebody laughed at your idea of writing a book, maybe whatever it may be, you really want to find that motivation that's going to just push you and drive you to accomplish something great because you deserve it. Life is meant to be abundant. Life is meant to be excelling in all aspects, whether you want to have a business, whether you want to be super fit, you want to have an incredible partner, You want to ride your bike, super far away. It's not, you can only pick certain things. You can have it all, but you have to know why you're doing all these things. The next thing is once you have that motivation and you have that bigger burn, is get somebody to help hold you accountable. Like ideally, you would want to get an expert to help you, an expert guide, like a trainer or a coach, or for myself, it's somebody who writes, a professional writer, a best-selling author, a business coach, a swim coach, people who have done it before and can hold you accountable and point you in the right direction, because you can only go so far on your own. And if you look around and you're the smartest person in that room, then you're in the wrong room. You need to set your heights a lot higher and move to people who will push you, but hold you accountable to how great you really can be. But it's up to you to find those people. Those people are not going to come find you. You need to reach out and say, hey, I think my life, I'm meant for more. Can you help me get more out of life? And you find those right people, you're going to do some incredible things. But you have to find the right people that will move you, that will inspire you, and that will hold you accountable to do the things that you said that you were going to do. Because ultimately, that's the most important, is for you to extract as much human potential as possible. Because that's what life is about, abundance. Now, once you have that person to help kind of guide you, then the last element is D, which is discipline. You want to do what you have to do, whether you feel like it or not. And that's hard for people. Sometimes people don't feel like doing, like, I don't want to do it today. It's raining outside, or this happened, or blah, blah, blah. But it doesn't matter. You need to do what you have to do, whether you feel like it or not. And that is the key ingredient in getting all the riches that life has to offer, is doing what you have to do, whether you feel like it or not. So think about something in your life that you want: fitness, business, professional, maybe it's personal, social, whatever goals that you have, set them big and do the things that you have to do. And I promise you that you will get there. You will get there. If you're watching the show, or if, a lot of people are right now not in fitness mode, probably till next week. But if you're watching the replay and you're kind of sneaking on here, make sure you hit those likes, hit those loves, hit those emojis. It's the last show of the year, man. What a crazy year! It's almost over, so we get some more hearts, some more loves, and share some of these good thoughts. Thank you, everybody who's wished me a happy birthday. I really appreciate everybody reaching out. It means a lot to me, especially during the year that feels really different. Christmas was different, birthday was different. The whole celebration thing is different. I'm hoping that everyone was kind of stayed safe for Christmas and nobody got COVID for Christmas. So we got one more kind of big-ish type hurdle for New Year's, but please stay safe. If you're in with family, cover yourself. If you've been exposed, get tested, all that good stuff. Because ultimately, I hope that we all make it out of this thing. And the better we can make it for everybody, the better off we're all going to be. Because then there's less grumpy people. If you're watching, comment, GetMeSkinny. I'll get you a copy of the book, where obviously everyone's going to be super pumped up next week. So we'll get you there. So now that you have your goals, you kind of think about what you want to do. You want to start small, not huge, right? The solutions for a lot of these things are asymmetric. What I mean by asymmetric, it's you think you want to do something big, but you have to start really small. You want to start with small, simple steps, right? S3, small, simple steps. So what's something small that can start getting you, that you can start getting wins? And as soon as you start getting little wins, then you celebrate. Yes, right? Yes, like little atomic habits. So maybe you want to lose weight. You don't want to start off by, eating 1,100 calories, walking 10,000 steps, working out 3 times a week, doing P90X for 90 minutes with your heart rate at 155, eating carbs, 3:1 ratio with 45 grams of. You definitely do not want to start like that. That's like a recipe for failure. That's how everyone fails. You really want to start off by, okay, if you're eating crappy, then eat less crappy. If you're eating a lot of junk food, then eat less junk food. If you're not walking right now, then start walking. Start with the easiest thing. And the reason that you want to start with the easiest thing is because you want to start creating this environment for success. So let's say you want to start walking more, and you're like, well, 10,000 steps would be ideal right now. I'm walking like 2,500. Like, okay, You want to start simple. So maybe your next goal is to get to 3,000 steps. And it's an easy goal, get to 3,000. And you can figure out, well, maybe I go to the bathroom that's on the other side. Maybe I go throw out the trash downstairs somewhere else. Maybe I park the car further away. Maybe I take the stairs. And you start finding little things that can compound onto habits and actions that you're already doing. So now you have these steps that are kind of combining, they're augmenting, they're building on each other, and they're going to really help you guide you in the right direction. So eventually, what the goal with this is that you want to get to where all this stuff is automatic. You don't have to think about the stuff. So now you're getting your good sleep. You're drinking the right amount of water. So let's drink some water now. And it happens just on automatic. You don't have to think about it. The more of your life that you can get on automatic, the better off you're going to be. So start small. The next one that we've talked about is dream big. I think a lot of people, in this day and age, just sell themselves too short. They don't think they can do the big grand thing that they've always wanted to do, whether it be, get their podcast to blow up, whether it be to write a movie, to release a book, to start a company, to get the, six pack abs, to do an Ironman, to, run a marathon. A lot of us sell ourselves short to what we're capable of. And what I mean by that is, if you go to, like, some of my clients are older, and a lot of people didn't go for their dreams. And the ones that didn't go for their dreams have regret. And sadly, when you're at your last kind of 10 years or 20 years of your life, you'd only have more time to go back after your dreams. But that regret kind of grows inside. So if you're thinking about doing something remarkable, something special, something that you think that is possible, then I challenge you, set those dreams big and go for it. Go for it. Because don't let anyone stop you. I just think it's so sad when people tell me about their dreams, but then they shoot their own dreams down. Like, oh yeah, well, I can't do that because X, Y, Z. And I'm thinking, like, why? We're all the same. Everything that you see around you was built by somebody no smarter than you are. We're all super talented, super capable. So dream big and go after those dreams, because you can have everything that you've ever wanted. You just got to believe in yourself. You got to believe yourself, and you got to couple it with hard work. You do that stuff, you're going to be so much better off. Now, the next thing that I want you to think about is, I want you to start building these habits, these tiny decisions. So every time we make a decision, there's like a decision spectrum. And over here is automatic land. Automatic land is like when you go to the restroom, you pee, you wash your hands, you don't even think about that stuff. You brush your teeth, automatic land. Then there's like decision land, where it's like, go for a run or go work out, or don't have these automatic negative thoughts, or these things that that you have to decide about. So what you want to think about is that you want to move all your good habits, sleep, water, movement, vitamins, nutrition. You want to move those all to automatic land, which is automaticity. And that's like Mecca. That's like when life is just on it. This is where you don't have automatic negative thoughts, when you can catch yourself having these negative, they're called deceptive brain messages, where your brain tells you a certain thing. So you don't have those anymore. You can kind of catch those things. And the more of your life that you can move into this automatic land, it's going to be so much better for you and so much easier. Now, this stuff happens, it's habitual. Unfortunately, the way the brain works is it's this framework. So your brain is wired a certain way, and it's been wired a certain way ever since you grew up. So if people told you, like, you weren't, good at sports, or you couldn't color, or whatever the case may be, and you saw more proof of that, then your brain started getting wired towards that way. So then you started talking about yourself in that way. And what happens is, what the new science is finding out, is that all these neurons that fired together, wired together, which means that if you've had these negative thoughts your whole life of you not being able to do something, then that's going to hurt you, because now the brain is actually wired like that. So there's actual physical connections. So that's why it's so hard to change these thinking patterns. So realize that, I just finished this great book that says you are not your brain. So your brain is sending you these deceptive messages. Now it's up to your mind to catch these messages and be like, okay, like this is my brain telling me this. This is how my brain is wired, but I'm not going to accept that. I'm going to catch those thoughts and really try to focus on rewiring that brain. And when you start rewiring these neurons, these brain patterns, that's when really the magic starts. When you're going on a hike automatically, when you just put on your running shoes and you just go. Because now, as these things have shifted, as the brain and how these habits shifted, a lot of the work becomes easier when your brain is wired that way. So that's what you're thinking about as you're kind of make all these changes, because these changes are going to be hard. Behavioral change is difficult because we have to fight against our brain, and we have to start by building these tiny habits. And we want to build these tiny habits every single day. The more times you can build these little habits, make a right decision, and then celebrate that decision, the more it's going to be solidified in the brain. So even though like cheering may sound dumb, right? Like, yes, I read a page today, something small. What it does, it gets your brain excited. Neurons is called Zeno's law. One's Ebb's law, and this one's the quantum Zeno effect, which means that these neurons that you fire, you couple them with emotion, are going to fire more together, and they're more likely to stay. That's why if you get, like road rage and you get yelled at somebody, like, that's why it becomes such a habit, because you're doing that in that negative aspect and you're really fired up when there's a lot of emotion. So emotion really helps the brain to solidify these neural nets and these neural wirings. I hope I didn't lose people when you're listening to this. I know it's pretty in-depth stuff, but it's really powerful things that I know can help you change as far as you're looking to build something better for yourself in 2021. Now, the next thing is, what kind of equipment do I need? So people ask me, should I buy a Peloton? Should I buy some weights, or what do I need to start getting in shape? And it's pretty easy. You get a fitness tracker and you use it. That's it. Get like a Fitbit or a Garmin. You don't need anything like high tech, because unfortunately, if you don't start small, if you don't build the little habits, and that stuff just sits in the garage or sits in the closet or sits somewhere where you're never going to look at it again. And you don't want that. You want to start building this stuff. So if you're a runner, or you want to become a runner, don't, go buy shoes and insoles and a running belt and a jacket and all that stuff. Just go run. Get outside and go run. And you start small, then eventually you can start adding all the other things. But for the equipment, that's what you want to start with. Now, let's see. Let's avoid some of these classic fitness failures. This guy.
Hi. I'm Master Trainer and best-selling author Tony Arreola. Well, I'm actually a cartoon, but I'm here to get you in shape.
The new year is quickly approaching, and with that comes new motivation. Capitalize on the new motivation by avoiding my top 15 fitness fails. Fitness fail number 1. Don't overdo your first day back. We're all guilty of doing every exercise we've ever known. Exercises from kindergarten to junior high, all the way to college, in one epic gym session, and then died. Don't exercise for more than 1 hour. An hour's plenty, and that's more than some people do in a month. Don't think you'll be in shape after one day. You won't. Don't starve yourself. Cleanses, juicing, fasting, or eating ridiculously low calories never works. Don't do celebrity workouts. Celebrities are just people, not fitness experts, and some aren't too bright. Don't set crazy goals. Lose 10 pounds in 10 days? Doesn't happen. And your friend that did is probably still fat. Don't do two-a-days. You won't go double tomorrow. You barely went single today. Don't buy new equipment. You'll never use it. Build habits first, then invest in equipment. Don't forget your towel. Nobody likes wiping others' sweat. Yuck. Don't stare at people at the gym. It's creepy. You know who you are. Don't stop to take the perfect selfie. It's awkward for everyone. Don't hog the equipment. Hey! It's not yours. You don't own it.
Sharing is caring. Don't weigh yourself after every workout. You can't lose fat after one workout. Don't work out when you're sore. Don't wait to start. Hey you, I said don't wait to start. Get up, go! Avoid these classic rookie mistakes to capitalize on your New Year's resolution. And get ready for my new Get Me Skinny quest launching January 5th.
Oh man, back when we can go to the gym, huh? That seems like 100 years ago. So now, as you're winding down the year and you're thinking about getting started with your fitness goals, I'm telling you that the best thing you can do is get some help. Get a trainer, get a coach, get a professional, get somebody who knows what they're doing, preferably someone that's in shape, because it's hard to do it alone. And it sucks when things get hard and you fall and you feel like there's nobody to hold you there. And I like to think of myself as like a little fitness angel on your kind of on your shoulder, just picking you up when things get hard, telling you it's going to be okay, and pointing you in the right direction. So if you want extra help, I'm starting a free 5-day Get Me Skinny challenge. It starts January 14th and it's in the Fitness Avengers. So if you're in the group, then you're going to be fine. We're going to start the challenge on Believe Monday, and we're going to learn how to master some skills and really set you up for success. It's a free 5-day challenge. If you want your friends to jump in, go ahead and tag them in here or anywhere else and get them into the group before we start on January 14th. So one of my favorite questions of all time: how fast can I lose the weight? And this answer, it varies depending on how big you are. And you remember that losing fat is not a percentage of your weight. So what I mean by that is that a pound of fat is going to be a pound of fat off everybody. So if somebody is like 350 pounds, it's going to be a lot easier for them to lose a pound of fat than someone who's 110 pounds. So it's not a ratio. It's just a fixed number. So think of it like Bill Gates, $100 to him is nothing, but $100 to me is a lot. So it's just that the ratios are a lot different. So you really want to think of it like people that are bigger, on the bigger side, are going to lose pounds a lot faster than people that are smaller. So people that are bigger, tend to have eaten a lot more calories and gotten themselves really severely deconditioned, and so they can lose weight a lot faster when they start employing some healthy habits. So if you're on the smaller side, half a pound to 1 pound a week would be good. If you're like in the mid-size, 1 to 2 pounds a week will be good. If you're a bigger, then 2 to 5 pounds a week. It does happen. I've seen it happen depending on how much you improve your activity and how little calories you eat. But it's always going to be this ratio of eating less and moving more, eating less and moving more. If you want a better number, a better gauge, go to totalbodyproject.com. There's a fat loss calculator up there. I'll put a comment, a link in the notes, so you can go up there and you can put your numbers yourself and you can see how fast you can lose the weight. But you don't really want to start thinking about how fast you can lose the weight. You really want to start thinking about how long to build these habits that you need for these things to be easy and sustainable. Because the more that you can make all these habits sustainable, the easier it is for you to maintain this healthy lifestyle. So it's not this kind of yo-yo of people, being excited to work out, not excited, sleeping, not sleeping. You really want your life to be kind of like this really just easy route of just kind of continuous healthy living, because that's how you're going to function better. Your brain's going to function better, your body's going to function better, and you're going to feel a lot better. So thank you so much for everybody that's tuned in. Diana, thank you so much for your support throughout this year. 2020 has been a really challenging year. My wedding got postponed. A lot of my friends in the fitness industry lost their jobs. It's just been a sad year. People are getting really sick, and I miss my clients. I'm working from home, which is something I never thought would happen. And 2020 really pushed me. It really stretched me. And a lot of times I thought about just kind of throwing the towel in because of how hard the year has been. I'm like, why bother? And some people chose to do that, but the reason I didn't do that was I didn't feel it was right. It wouldn't be who I am as things get really difficult for me to just kind of throw in the towel. So I said, what can I control? Well, how can I help people when they need fitness more than ever? And it was in reading a lot more books. I invested in some courses, some speed reading courses, some speech courses, things that I feel like would improve me. I've got 3 more certifications that I added this year. I got some coaching for myself for nutrition, for my fitness business, and I kind of really just doubled down on myself and what I can control. I did my training with my Ironman training because there's been no races, and 2020 could have been the year that my company ended. It really could have, where I would have to like work somewhere else, and just kind of give up on this gym stuff. But luckily, I responded. I fought back, and I've had some incredible clients. So thank you to all my clients. I have over 50 clients that believed in me, that have stuck with me, and have trusted in my ability. And please know that I love you guys. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. And it's because of you that I'm able to do what I can do. Because I know in my heart that people really need fitness. We need fitness. We need quality information. We need people that can lead from the front, and people that really love and would hope that want to lead us in the right direction. So thank you so much, 2020. I mean, I'm pretty I'm pretty glad that you're out of here. That I can try to close the book. It's the last show of 2020. Next week, everyone will be all excited about fitness again. This week, just when you guys are doing your New Year celebration, just be careful. Wear masks. Um, Again, if you're not on the Fitness Avengers, comment Get Me Skinny. I'll get you in there. We start our Get Me Skinny challenge January 14th. Please like, share, comment, all that good stuff. Next week I'll start. We're gonna do our skinny secrets revealed. Skinny secrets revealed. Again, my name's Tony Arreola. My purpose in life is to teach you health and happiness. I believe we can live in abundance in all aspects of life. Thank you so much for tuning in. You're the reason I exist. And can we get Court to say something? Court, can you say something? It's the last show of the year.
Thank you for watching the Fitness Avenger live show. If you like the show, make sure to like it and share. Please join us next week on Facebook Live. This week's show is brought to you by our close friends at Total Body Project. Visit totalbodyproject.com for more info.
Woo! Goodbye, 2020. Hasta luego. Hasta luego.